This is a video of me installing a Whirlpool water softener and an iSpring whole house filtration system. I wanted to buy everything local, but the options were Culligan, which is very overpriced, and Home Depot and Lowe's, which is a big box store, so I ended up buying everything off of Amazon and had it shipped to our front gate. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and comment down below. This is going to be a pre-filter, so to get any of the sediment that's coming in the line out with this rather coarse filter. This is an iSpring 2-filter system. I think the iSpring whole house 2-filter system. It's got one filter for particulate down to 5 microns, and it's got a carbon filter to get rid of smells and chemicals and stuff. So what I'm gonna do, we've got one of the filter canisters. This is the carbon filter, and this is probably where the filter canisters go. Got a wrench to undo these instructions, and we've got the thing that holds the filter. So this will be mounted on the wall, and then these filters will go into it, and it's got directions that show in and out. Looks like the water goes in this direction. I'm sure they can be flipped around if you want to go the other way. Okay, so the plumbing plan is, so come out of the wall, we'll have an isolation valve that goes to the first filter. We'll have branch come off, all right? We'll have it go from the filter to the big filter, and then we'll have it come out of the big filter and go to the water softener. Past the water softener, we'll have another isolation valve, and then we'll have a bypass line that goes around all this, hooks back into a T. Normally you'd have this valve open and this valve open, this valve shut and this valve shut. And so what that would allow to do is water to come in, it'd go through the first sediment filter into these two filters right here, and then into your water softener and out to the house. Now, if you're working on something in here, you can bypass all this by shutting this valve and opening that valve, and the water will go and loop around all this and go to the house. The water softener comes with its own bypass valve, which is what this is. What that allows is that, so you'd have this valve shut, this one open. Water would come through here, go to all your filters, but then you're working on your water softener or it's broken or whatever. And so then it bypasses the water softener and goes back out. All these valves allow you to do maintenance, repair work, clean these filters, and still have water supply to your house. So no matter what happens. So we gotta go get all the fittings to connect all this up, and we gotta go get 3 shut-off valves. Okay, I've come back from my trip to Home Depot and Lowe's because, of course, it's 2021 and there's shortages, so that was the only way to get everything was from 2 stores. So I'm gonna put all this together, and I'll come back when I am installing it on the wall. See you in a little bit. So I screwed this piece of plywood on to the studs here, here, and here. That way it gives me that way it allows me to install the filters anywhere I want. You don't have to worry about hitting studs. You don't have to worry about using drywall anchors, because most of them are terrible. So I'm going to start by putting this filter here, and then the big filter here, and then we'll hook up the water softener. And I'm drawing a line on this piece of plywood, and that's the center line of where all the pipe is going to be. The goal is to get as much of the primer everywhere. That way you have purple stains for life. So here's the manifold and the cutoff for the water softener. And then there's these retaining clips So I'm gonna take PVC out to here and use the elbow and go up into the water softener manifold. I think it worked. I'm trying to get done as much as possible before I cut the water off, so I'm gonna put all the filters in and get all this measured out so that all I gotta do is cut the water, cut the line, maybe work on 10 minutes, hook it back up, and then turn the water back on. So we'll put the filters in. I flipped this around so that the water is supposed to go this way now. So instructions say to put the sediment filter in here and the carbon filter in right here. And they tell you like 4 times to remove this styrofoam, so I guess it's important. The goal is to tighten it until this cracks and then tighten it a little bit less. Okay, now I'm going to put in the carbon filter. One of the good things about PEX is you can rotate the fittings after you got them clamped in, because they slip inside of here, versus PVC, once it's glued on, it's not moving. Only way to adjust it is get the hacksaw out. So I got everything hooked up, minus the connections to the house water line. So go outside, I'm going to go outside, close the shutoff valve, cut in this pipe, drain the water out, and hook things up, and turn the valve back on, and hopefully no leaks. What you think, Cuddles? Everything's safe in there, Cuddles? Any snakes or mice? Okay, everything's good? All right. We're going back now. Now I'm going to connect up my T's here. Hopefully not push this into the wall. Oh, good, good, good. I'm switching from 1-inch PEX for my regular supply line to 3/4 for the bypass because a 1-inch valve is like 3 times the cost of a 3/4. So that's the only reason. Measure never, cut once. So if you make a mistake and you gotta make some changes to your PEX, pretty easy. What I found works best is use a grinder and grind the ring off, and then grind a little bit of the PEX off, and then finish cutting it off with a saw. like using a hand saw for this. I found this coping saw works real good, because that way you can feel when you're just touching the underlying plastic, so you don't cut it up. Like grinder would be like, 1 minute you're cutting the pecs, and the next minute you've cut the fitting in half. That's how you can fix any mistakes. I'm gonna do all the 1 inch first, just because I'm lazy, and after I do all the 1 inch, I'll switch over to the 3/4 inch dies and finish up. And hopefully not forget any. So I bought this PEX crimper set. I think it's Apollo brand, it costs like $80, but I've used it a bunch. And it comes with 1 inch, 3/4, half, and 3/8 dies. It's pretty easy to swap out. I just loosen up these screws here. The dies come right out. Put the new dies in. And I found that it's best to close it all the way and then tighten up these screws. And that way everything's adjusted correctly. I switched the dies out to 3/4, and now I'm gonna finish hooking everything up. All right, time for a little QA check. Tight, 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 tight. All right, so I've got everything hooked up. I'm gonna go outside and open the supply line, and my wonderful assistant here is gonna yell out the window if there's any leaks. Hope it works. Subscribe. Here we go.
Yes, every week.
Correct.
Oh no, but it just bursted. That was scary.
It's not connected. Okay, well, it's not connected. I didn't do a very good job of quality inspection. All right, so now you know that I'm not a professional plumber. I forgot to put this crimp ring right here. My wonderful assistant discovered it for us. So let's fix this. Okay, so second chance.
It's good.
Yes! Put these retaining clips back in. So at the start of this project, I did a safe at home water test. There'll be a follow-up video on how that worked. Basically, I took a sample of the water, sent it off, and these results came back. And you can see that our hardness is a 96, which they say is like medium. I thought it was a lot harder than that. And the test has it in milligrams per liter, and the water softener you have to set up in grains. So I looked it up, in 1 grain equals 17.1 milligrams per liter. So I need to set the hardness level on our water softener to 6 grains. So the water softener is installed, and it seems to be working. The shower glass is now clean. Are you happy, wife?
I'm very happy. And not only that, I have soft skin and soft hair.
Okay, so you heard it from the boss. Thanks for watching. Please comment down below, hit that subscribe button, hit the likes. Have a great day. God bless. Thanks for watching.